President, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My speech title of today is The Happiness of Pursuit. Eric did not say it wrongly, neither did you guys hear it wrongly. Now the direct opposite, the pursuit of happiness, is what most of us have been hearing and is the most commonly used phrase. Pursuit of happiness. It's made into a movie, it's in songs, it's in books everywhere. But tonight I'm going to share with you the happiness of pursuit and what has made me happier recently. I'm going to share with you a little bit. So this book is called The Man's Search for Meaning. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Now, I hate spoilers and I'm not going to spoil the book for you, so I'm going to just share a little bit. But I'm a fan of the man, so I'm going to share with you his background. So Viktor Frankl, at the age of 16, he has already struck up a correspondence with Sigmund Freud. Do you guys know who Sigmund Freud is? Sigmund Freud is a world-renowned neurologist, and he is also considered by many the father of psychoanalysis. So at the age of 16, at the tender age of 16, Dr. Frankl, one day he wrote a 2-page paper to Mr. Freud, and Mr. Freud was so impressed by his talent that he sent the paper to the International Journal of Psychoanalysis and got it published. And at the age of 38, Dr. Frankl, he was already the head of neurology in one of the leading hospitals in Vienna. Now, at the age of 38, at the peak of his career, was also the time that Hitler invaded Austria. Hitler, you guys know about the concentration camps, the Nazis, the terrors, and the horror of those experiences. At the peak of his career, he managed to get a visa to America, and he was also approved. But it was not, he should be happy, but he wasn't. Let me read an excerpt. My old parents were overjoyed because they expected that I would leave for safe grounds from Austria. I hesitated. Could I really afford to leave my parents alone, to face their fate, to be sent to concentration camps, or even worse, the so-called extermination camps? Should I foster my brainchild by immigrating to fertile soil, to write books, and also to care for my new wife, who is already pregnant? Or should I concern and concentrate on my duties as a child, the child of my parents who had to do whatever he could to protect them? So he pondered the problem, but he could not find a solution. He went to the largest church in Vienna, the St. Stephen's Cathedral. There he sat, he closed his eyes, he listened to the organ music, and he prayed. He prayed that he could find a hint from heaven to make his choice. He went home, and on the kitchen table he saw a piece of marble. He asked his father, "What's this marble doing right here?" His father said, "The Nazis bombed the nearby church, and this is the remains of it." The remains of what? The remains of the 10 Commandments. Ladies and gentlemen, can you guess which commandment it was? I guess you guys know generally the idea. The commandment was, honor thy father and thy mother, and and for them to live thy days on land. Okay. So he found his hint of heaven. He found his hint from heaven, and he went to the concentration camp. And what I found one of the most touching part was that he actually was at his father's side during his dying days, and even managed to get morphine for his father to ease his pain. He managed to fulfill his duties as a child, and that's not what many of us can even say. Honestly, even if one were to make that decision, it's really very difficult. And so in 9 days after he was released from the concentration camps, he managed to write this book, which is the top 100 bestsellers on Amazon list in American history, literary history. So I'll end with his quote: "Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional." He cannot avoid pain. We cannot avoid pain, but we can choose how to cope with it, find meaning from it, and move on. Thank you, Toastmasters.